we see the manager clacking rapidly on a keyboard. He was doing a deep dive on Sung Jin-woo, his mind racing as he thought intensely. Jin-woo had survived the double dungeon, the incident with Dong Suk H-Wang's raid team, and the confrontation with the Hunter Association's monitoring division officer, T-Shik. He assessed that the second incident must have been when Jin-woo and Jin-ho first met. To him, the most significant thing about Jin-ho was his connection to Yu-Jin architectures. He had heard persistent rumors that the chairman was secretly recruiting skilled hunters with the intent of forming a guild. He calmly pieced the clues together and concluded there was a strong chance that Sung Jin-woo had reawakened. With that possibility in mind, he set out with his subordinate. He explained that reawakening was the only logical explanation for Jin-woo surviving all three dangerous incidents. He further elaborated that in the latest case, where it was reported that a C-rank mage and a B-rank healer had supposedly combined their strength to defeat the supervising hunter, a B-class assassin, the story simply didn't add up. Everyone knew mages were notoriously vulnerable to assassins. To him, everything pointed clearly to someone else defeating the B-rank assassin. The subordinate agreed, though curiously asked where they were headed. The manager responded, "We're going scouting." The scene transitions into the dungeon with Hunter Sung and Hunter Jin-ho. A frightened werewolf monster trembles as Hunter Sung relentlessly cuts through the pack. He tried out his new stealth skill for the first time, effortlessly slaughtering the werewolves. In a corner, Jin-ho watches him nervously while mining monocrystals. He notices the stealth skill and wonders whether Hunter Sung had possessed it all along and had grown even stronger than before. Jin-woo had reached level 39 and gained many new skills. The stealth skill came from the rune stone he acquired after killing Hunter T-Shik. As he scrolled through his skills, a werewolf lunged at him, but he swiftly killed it with a new ability that enhanced his dagger techniques. With this final kill, he reached level 40. The system chimed. Player has reached the required level. It was a request for a job change. Outside the dungeon, the manager and his subordinate arrived at the gate but were instantly shocked. The hunters, who should have been raided, were lounging around outside as if it were a playground. "What's going on? Why is everyone waiting outside the gate?" he asked. Just then a young girl approached them. "This is a no-entry zone. Who are you two?" she asked. The manager responded, "Kid, don't get in the way of adults' work." "Yeah, there's even a gate here. It's dangerous," his subordinate added. She snapped back that she was a hunter too, and demanded not to be treated like a child. When asked if she was part of the raid team, she confidently answered yes. This instantly confirmed the manager's suspicions. Jin-woo really was special. They hadn't even used their raid party. Moments later, one of the hunters shouted that their party leader was returning. Hunter Sung and Jin-ho emerged, having already completed the dungeon. As they exited, Jin-woo asked Jin-ho about tomorrow's schedule. Jin-ho admitted he forgot to mention he had something important to do. He explained that he had already reserved multiple gates and could cancel them if needed. Jin-woo asked if cancellations were necessary. Jin-ho clarified that gates reserved for more than 2 days automatically expired. "Then let's leave them reserved for now," Jin-woo replied. "Hunter Sung Jin-woo," a voice called. It was the manager. He approached and handed Jin-woo a card, introducing himself as the chief of the 2nd Management Department of the White Tiger Guild. Jin-woo and the manager soon arrived at a coffee shop. The manager explained proudly that the White Tiger Guild was one of the best in the country, alongside Hunters, Fame, Reaper, and Knight's Guild. He told Jin-woo they wanted to recruit him for twice whatever Yu-Jin Architectures was offering. He assumed Jin-woo would be excited enough that negotiations wouldn't be necessary. Jin-woo then asked how much the White Tiger building was worth. The manager, confused, estimated around 50 billion. "And you want to hand that over to me?" Jin-woo asked calmly. "I'm not sure what you're talking about," the manager responded. Jin Woo revealed that his deal with Yu Jin Architectures was 30 billion. The manager was so stunned he couldn't hide it. He shouted, 30 billion, drawing the attention of other customers. Jin Woo asked again if he was offering the building, since he claimed they would pay double. The manager sat there, completely shaken. He wondered how skilled Jin Woo truly was to be offered such an enormous sum, and whether Jin Woo was bluffing. Jin Woo showed him the contract on his phone. With his doubts removed, the manager asked for time to negotiate with his superiors. Jin Woo rose from his seat. Then we're finished here. The manager internally regretted everything. If he had simply investigated Jin Woo's deal earlier, he would have come prepared and taken careful steps. As Jin Woo turned to leave, he suddenly asked how the manager had obtained information about him, activating his stealth skill. Did you research my background? The manager lifted his head and immediately felt a small slash across his cheek. He recognized the stealth skill instantly. Suddenly, everything made sense. Of course, Yu Jin Architectures would invest heavily in a reawakened hunter with stealth. He explained nervously that he hadn't investigated out of malice. It only caught his attention when they noticed someone clearing all nearby C-rank gates at an unusual speed. So they dug deeper, discovered it was him, and connected the three major incidents. 3 times wasn't a coincidence. Jin Ho must have seen his abilities, and with rumors of Yu Jin Architectures forming a guild, all the pieces aligned. Still cloaked in stealth, Jin Woo asked how many people knew. The manager answered truthfully, just him and his subordinate. Jin Woo warned him he didn't want that number to increase, and if it did, the responsibility would fall on the manager and his subordinate. The manager admitted he was supposed to report to his guild master, but since he didn't want to die, he would warn his subordinate instead. Jin Woo thanked him, deactivated stealth, and sat back down. Jin Woo explained he understood that clearing so many C-rank dungeons had been a nuisance for the White Tiger Guild, but they had no intention of stopping. The manager explained their guild was lacking enough C-rank gates to train recruits, and higher-ranked gates weren't an option. Jin Woo then offered to sell him 3 of their reserved C-rank gates. He advised him to take the deal, as it would be harder for him to reserve gates afterward. The manager agreed and asked the price. Jin Woo set it at 300 million each. The manager refused, explaining the most value a C-rank dungeon yielded was 200 million. They would be operating at a loss. He offered 200 million and Jin Woo agreed. They shook hands, 600 million total. Jin Woo then told the manager he had a gift for him. He poured a healing potion into the manager's mouth, healing the wound from earlier. The manager asked if showing both stealth and healing abilities meant Jin Woo trusted him. If it means that you will at least keep my secret, Jin Woo replied as he walked away. The subordinate rushed in, asking if things went poorly. The manager shook his head slowly, realizing they had met someone far more formidable than expected. Minutes later, Jin Woo was walking down the street when he received a call from Jin Ho, excitedly announcing they had just received 600 million. He asked how Jin Woo managed to sell the gates, but Jin Woo simply answered that it was a trade secret. The next day, it became obvious Jin Woo had no intention of raiding when the manager's subordinate informed him that gates in their area were now available at bidding prices below 10 million. The manager immediately realized Jin Woo had tricked him. His phone buzzed, a text from Jin Woo saying they were now even, and he would overlook the fact that the manager dug into his background. The manager sighed but took it as a silver lining. At least he had Jin Woo's contact now. The next dawn, Jin Woo appeared before a massive system gate. Job change seems interesting. I wonder what kind of monsters will be in there, he muttered as he stepped inside. The chapter ends with a view of a towering red-armored knight.